Hey you guys, we decided to do a review on ClickBait. So this is a spoiler alert. Don't continue if you hadn't seen it, you want to watch it. So spoiler, don't watch, okay? All right.
Welcome back, KOED family. Welcome back to another video. Kourtneyandeddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife,
Kourtney, also known as Coco.
And this is Kourtneyandeddie. This channel is all about relationships, reviews, and tonight we're gonna be reviewing, not reviewing per se, but talking about the Netflix series ClickBait.
Yep. So if this is your first time joining and you have subscribed already, what are you waiting for? We have fun over here. Make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you hit like and follow on all social media sites. Comment down below or just follow us, because you never know where we randomly will, post any kind of information. Make sure your notification bell is on so that you can be notified. So before we get into it, y'all already know I like to do my promotion. I am an affiliate with the Lip Bar. So yes, if you're part of the family, you can get a discount by purchasing makeup from them. I am in love with their eyeliner right now. I just have on just a clear coat of their lip gloss. And yeah, go ahead and purchase makeup from them. They are black owned. They are a vegan company and I'm loving it. So yeah, you get a discount. The link is in the description down below.
And also, go to our merch store and purchase something. KOEDwear.com. Hats, shirts, just go to the store and visit, purchase something,
Yep.
Support the channel.
Yep. Appreciate that. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into ClickBait. So y'all already know, we want to know what you thought about it.
First of all, before we get started, it might be some spoilers in this, okay? So if you haven't watched it,
It will be some spoilers.
yeah, because we're not going to go in detail about the series, but we're gonna go through some spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, if you haven't seen it, click off right now, because we don't want to spoil it for you. Because man, it's gonna get you engaged. It's gonna get you. I didn't think it was gonna get me that engaged, but yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's very engaging. So now, first of all, I want to give a shout out to, I think her name is the Major Changer, and she is on, she's one of our subbies on YouTube. So I know she kind of said something about ClickBait, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna watch. I heard people say it, but then when she just kind of pulled me in, like, okay, I really need to watch this. So thank you, girl. So I think that's her YouTube channel. Y'all go check her out. She's one of part of the KOED family. She has been for a long time. Definitely appreciate her for that.
Right.
So
before you get started with that though, and me personally, I wasn't gonna watch it at all, because I saw a lot of women talking about it. Oh man, it ain't about some women stuff, like some Tyler Perry movie. I ain't gonna watch that.
Really?
Yeah, I really thought that. You know what I'm saying? So as I was getting dressed to go down watch some real stuff like football, I said, oh, okay.
Because I still watch.
And she was watching. I said, I'll put my shirt on. Okay, it looks pretty interesting. Put my pants on. Okay. And before I know it, 3 hours later.
So because I started watching and he had to come back later and catch up, or whatever. But so initially when they said ClickBait, I thought it was gonna be like, I can't even remember the name of that. I thought it was gonna be like the social media stuff, like that draw you in, how they tracking your phone, how they tracking you on social media, how they, baiting you into social. I thought it was gonna be
some like conspiracy theory type stuff.
Or that social media experience. Right. I think I watched that on Netflix, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of, that's why I wasn't, but when the Major Changer, when she said it's kind of scary, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to watch nothing scary.
Yeah, I think what she meant by scary is that, it's scary how people can get your information off the web and use it against you.
Yeah.
And it's ruin your life.
Yeah.
So
because it made, I'm sure a lot of people, it made you guys think about those dating apps.
Oh yeah,
I never did a dating app.
It was like ClickBait is like between what you call it, catfishing and a bad dark web video.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of the two. But the premise of this series is that they kidnapped this guy, and they made a video of this guy holding signs up, and if this video hits 5 million views, they was gonna,
take his life.
Yeah, he was gonna be a chalk line, if you know what I mean. And there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Yeah, a lot of plot twists behind the scenes that caused him to get kidnapped. And the person that set this whole thing up, I never saw it coming. I think if I was a police officer, detective on that case, I probably threw 10 people in jail because I was wrong on each one of them.
I was wrong too. I was wrong. So it's gonna make you really look at dating. So like, I know when we was dating, even when you're on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, people can have a fake Facebook page and post fake pictures, so you don't really know. Even if you talk to them over the phone, you don't really know, but it's always best to FaceTime people. It's always best to meet them in person if you can and pick somebody with you. But yeah, that right there just kind of put the whole, because I watched catfishing on MTV like for a long time, so I knew about catfishing, and that's basically what it was, but it was a whole nother level.
Yeah, and the thing is, it started off with the family at dinner. Brother and sister got into it, and they was real close because their dad took his life back when they was kids, and so they get into it. He kicks her out and says some harsh things to her, like, I don't want you in my life no more, and leave. You've been a burden to me, yada yada yada. Just hurt her feelings, so she went to party and get drunk, and and when she got drunk, she went on it's like Tinder. She was on the toilet, and she was right swiping, and she saw one guy, and she inboxed him and whatnot, and found out the guy she inboxed was the detective. So she gets home, passed out. Then the next day, she went to her job, and that's when she met the little high school guy. He's a tech, little tech nerd guy, and he has a crush on the sister. So he was giving blood and whatnot, and he has a laptop, and her brother video popped up, and that's when all chaos breaks loose.
Go ahead, finish.
Okay, so then, like I said, the video has to hit 5 million views for that incident supposed to happen. So she goes to the sister. She making phone calls or calling her mom, sisters, nephews. So sister, the wife, is a school teacher at the school. So she went to the sister-in-law. Yeah, sister-in-law. So she goes get the sister-in-law and show her the video. Because every time you hit the video, the views go up.
Just like
so if you got to show people, you got to hit it multiple times, the view count is getting up there. You know what I'm saying? So she shows the sister, and like you said, the sister I thought at the beginning she was the first suspect to me. Because she was just too calm. Okay, yeah, you sure this right? I said, she has something to do with it. Yeah. Got to have something to do with it. Ain't no way.
And she is the woman that played in Get Out, which I say Get Out got me out straight out that movie, honey, because I had me scared, honey. It had spooked me. That's why I don't like doing scary stuff. So, and she was that woman that was like, no. With that tear down.
Looking out the window, no.
So she used to playing roles. That's probably where they got her. She used to playing roles where she just like
no emotions, man. I was like, God, this is your husband. You see it? Because she thought it was fake at first. She said, no, this can't be happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, you doing such a good job. Go ahead.
And after that, they call the police. And when she goes to the police station, the sister-in-law and the husband's sister go, we need to get them names.
I don't know their names.
Yeah, but anyway, the sister and sister-in-law goes to the police station to file a report. And lo and behold, the guy she swiped left on, he was there. So it was kind of an awkward situation between the sister and the detective. Mm-hmm. So they filed a missing police report. And you know how police sometimes kind of drag their feet. Mm-hmm. So she got in touch with the little high school nerd that she was getting the blood from, because he was a tech savvy. He can hack computers and stuff. And so he gets this group of people online to go searching for the brother in case, before the 5 million views count is up. And so he had like detectives and all that in that group, and they kind of looked at the pictures of the video. In the video, in the background, they had like a symbol back there, and the detectives online kind of pieced it together. So this symbol belongs to one certain trucking company, and they narrowed it down to find the trucking company who rented the truck out, whatnot. But by the time they got there to find the truck, he was gone.
He was gone.
Yeah,
the people in there was gone.
Yeah.
But you know how sometimes when they do in movies, they gonna tell you the whole movie, but then later on they gonna see how they arrived at that point, how they arrived at that point, how they arrived at that point. So we watching it in suspense, but then in actuality, this what happened, this what happened. So just kind of give you that this what happened, like what happened. So it seems as though we finna jump around. I know this ain't finna be on.
Before you go, you gotta understand this series is you got 8 episodes, and each episode is from a certain person perspective.
Right.
Like the son, the reporter, the mistress, the wife, and all that. So you gotta look at that from that point of view.
So it come to find out, let's just cut to the chase. The husband, when he was alive and stuff, he took a job as a coach, right?
A physical therapist.
Yeah, at a school. So you know how sometimes you new and stuff like that, and they say, well, you're gonna have to create a password for this, and this. And so the little older lady, which I guess she was like the admin, old lady, ain't got nothing to do. He was like, oh, you go ahead and create, which I would have never done that.
Well, I think because some old women and old people can be so friendly and so nice, and you just feel the aura from them, like they won't harm a fly.
I don't care, but they still say don't give your password to nobody.
And he trusted her too much, and he gave her the phone.
He was like, well, you created, you do it for me. She was like, well, what's your password? And he said, whatever.
Before you get that far. Now, another reason why I suspected the wife had an affair on the husband.
We found that out.
Yeah, we found that out later on in the episode. And the guy she had an affair with, the husband got into it. So I said, okay, the wife had to set this up.
Did we have to find out why they got into it? Did they ever go into that?
He confronted, the husband confronted the guy. It was, how long you been with my wife, how many times, and they got into it. And the guy that was having an affair with the wife fell in love with the wife. So that made it seem like this dude did it. Because he loved the wife, and he want to get the husband out the way. Go ahead.
So, let's say this. So, before, since you said that part, and come to find out that it seemed like the husband, he been on all these dating apps. Like, dude, so... and we thought that maybe the wife was like, well, maybe it was around the time that she cheated on him. And come to find out, it was like, no, it was like before that. So she like... Oh, so all is in the media. The media is all in the media about the black lady, the lady cheating, because it's an interracial couple. But the lady cheating, the wife cheating on her husband, and they talking to the black guy because he was arrested because they found the footage of him, pushing him, thinking that he did it. And then so her business out there, and she is also at the school, and their kids go to the school,
same school she works at,
And then, so come to find out that the husband, he all on these dating apps with talking to this woman, talking to that woman, talking to that woman.
You know what made it so bad? When I found out he was on these dating apps and just being with all these women, I actually started feeling sorry for the wife. I said, I see why she cheated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that kind of threw me for a loop.
Because I'm like, how he got all this?
Right.
You got a wife and two teenage boys. Like, take your time.
Yeah, I see why the wife was lacking, because you out there, you're spreading your seeds all over the place.
And then you got one of the mistresses that came to, she was she stayed out of town, but she was really heavily
she was in love with this guy.
Dude. Yeah. He talked about marrying her and everything.
Leaving the wife to get with her.
And they showed them kissing in the bed. She was drinking her coffee. She was in heaven, even though he did, allegedly say that, he did have a wife. But of course, what men like to say, I'm going to leave her, da. So she was just in love. So she came and pretty much stood in front of the house where he used to, where the wife stayed at, and followed the wife. And so the wife was like, hold up, why are you following me? So she ended up telling him, that we had a relationship, I was in love with him and stuff. And she was like, you lying. And so she was like, no, so yeah.
Her name was Emma. I remember that name. Emma, the mistress that came from out of town to confront the wife. she was just kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? And to come to find out later on in the episodes that even though she was in love with the husband, she never met the husband. All that stuff you saw her kissing stuff was all in her head.
How did we arrive to that?
I think what happened was, Emma came to town, like you said, standing in front of the house, following her, and then she got sideswiped by that truck. They told her to leave town and whatnot. But how we came to the conclusion was the son,
the oldest
son was talking to something. I was suspecting him too for a minute because he was texting somebody all the time, but you never knew who he was texting.
Right.
And she was asking too many questions like, is everything okay? Has he found him? Is he okay? And I was like, if they trying to just befriend the son so they can kind of know what moves to make, And so the sister-in-law was talking to the older son, and cause he was in the car texting. And she said, who's that? Friend. Oh, you got a girlfriend. Something like that, yada, yada, yada. She said, have you seen her? And he paused for a minute. He said, yeah, I seen her.
No, and she said, I know you are not talking to somebody after what happened to your dad. Like, have you seen her? He was like, yes, I saw her. I've seen her in person. Like,
Yeah, so that talking stuck in his mind. So when he got home, he started texting the girl, said, can you send me a picture, or can I see you, guy? She said, no, I don't think you need to see me because I have anxiety. No, can I come see you? She was being like evasive because she didn't want him to see her. So she just got, you know what, bunk it. She dropped him a pen with her address, so he went over there. So he went over
in the middle of nowhere. In the hood. Or
I said, man,
he told did not tell his
nobody.
mom.
Yeah. So he gets to the house. The first person to open the door.
He first got a little shiv out the yard.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go digging or something. I don't know.
Knocked him over the head. They tried to get him, but
So he pick up the little shovel just in case somebody crazy comes to the door, and a man opened the door. I knew it. He was a crazy person living in the basement. I knew it. And then he said, no, I'm her daddy. He said, oh, okay. Then she came out, and she looked kind of raw because she didn't have, cause you know how you take your best picture, you post it online, the makeup on. She didn't have all that, so she kind of looked raw. So they started talking, and he asked her, why did you inbox me? Why we so? She lost her mom, so she knew who he was going through. So she kind of reached out to him. That's how that came about. But go ahead.
Yeah. So he started telling her about the situation or whatever, and so because by this time everybody's breaking it down to try to find out the person behind what happened to his dad. So she was like, well, that's what he said. It came back to all of the other women my dad never really talked to them. So that
they never seen them in person.
We need to find out. So they trying to find out who is the person behind this account. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, all the other women haven't seen the dad. But Emma, she was like persistent in saying she had seen him.
Yeah.
But they didn't make sense. Nobody else saw him in face to face, but she keeps saying she saw him face to face.
And so he called. No, he inboxed a messenger or whatever because I don't think she's answering, people call, but he messenger with, I think her, no, it was with his account.
Yeah, because he said this is Nick's, I think that's his dad name, Nick's son. Yeah. This is Nick's son, because she, she like you said, she didn't never answer the phone. And when she realized it was Nick's son, that's when she answered back then.
Yeah, so he talked to her and everything, and so she said, well, he asked, well, have you seen him? And what did she say? She
really said, I really don't want to talk about it, but I've seen him. At first she lied.
Yeah.
Said she did. Then he kept being persistent with the question, have you really seen my dad? Then he had a voice recorder that the dad left on his phone.
She says, this is what he
said. He played the voice recorder back to her over the phone. And he asked her, said, is this the man voice you heard when you was talking to him? And when she heard the voice, she said, no, that wasn't the man.
Yep.
So that was right there. Then she came out and said, no, I never seen your dad in person.
But in the movie, you would have thought she did because in her mind, because she was a little scatterbrain, in her mind, they showed her kissing all on it. He was making love to her. They was here. In her mind, that's how delusional you can really and truly be. Because I really feel like that some people, like, just watching catfish in general, them people in their mind be saying, oh, we finna get married. I love them. I did, you know what I'm saying? But they be in love with a whole different person on the other end of that.
And make this Netflix series short and sweet is that the reason why they kidnapped the husband because they thought he did something to her. The reason that they kidnapped, it was a man and his friend kidnapped the husband because when one of the girls that they thought he was talking to, she was like, she was just going to take her life because she was real depressed. Yeah.
And so the real person behind the keyboard was like, they was upset at a situation
they had going on.
And so they was like, well, go on, take your life. But actually it wasn't the man. Nick had nothing to do with this. He was a faithful man. He didn't do none of these apps, but it was somebody pretending like they was him. And so, so they was getting into it with their situation. They had their situation going on. And so they was like, well, I'm going to take my life. They was like, I ain't your therapist. I ain't never said I was your therapist. Well, I'm just gonna go and do it. If you don't, I don't want to talk to you right now. Do it. And the woman ended up taking her life. That's why Nick got kidnapped by her brother. Because her brother realized the situation that took place and read all those messages, and he went and kidnapped him. And
the brother and the woman, they was real close. He had to look after her because she was that depressed. And by her talking to Nick, or she thought it was Nick, gave her hope. She was always happy and stuff like that. And when that person behind the keyboard told her to do that and she did it, the brother just snapped, you know what I'm saying? And that's when he went and did that. And also, Nick, like you said, had nothing to do with this, and I'm still mad at the ex-wife though. I'm mad at the wife because she cheated. That didn't get wiped clean. That didn't get wiped clean at all. But yeah, that was basically the premise of the show.
But in actuality, those guys did not take his life. So what had happened was he was in that van pleading for his life.
Yeah.
And he was kind of telling him why he was doing it.
Before you get, the reason why I'm stopping you right there because to give you the background of the brother, he worked in computers, so he was geeky. So he knew everything you knew about a computer, and I guess Nick kind of knows that because he's always on the laptop, and that's when Nick started pleading for the life and showing him a couple of things. Go ahead.
And so he said, "Listen." And he said, yep, this is what you and my sister. He was like, I don't even know your sister. I never had no app. I never met her. I got a wife and kids. And, I was like, I don't do that, to my wife. And so he was like, well, this the picture. He was like, actually, my wife was on the other end of that picture. So he said, if you compare them up, you can see the skyline is not even the same color. And he started thinking about that.
Because he started looking at it. So you can tell that picture been photoshopped.
Right.
And he started looking, and actually it was photoshopped. And he started pleading to him. Then he said something about, you can understand, I know how you feel about your sister because me and my sister had to go through the same thing with our dad.
He took his life.
Yeah. And so he played with the guy, but the friend still wanted to do him in.
Get him.
You know what I'm saying? So they was out there talking because they left him in the van. So when they opened the van up, Nick kicked the crazy dude and ran. And the brother just stood there while he was running. And the friend said, why you let him get away? Why you let him get away? And he sat down and thought about it and chased him. And he finally tracked him down. And Nick said he played with the guy. He said, whoever did this to your sister, I will find them and bring them to justice.
Yep.
And do let them go.
But the guy, the brother, untied him. He didn't want to let him go.
No.
Remember he said, you let me go.
No, he didn't untie him because, Nick found that he still had one arm tied.
But I don't know.
He had one arm tied because he rushed over there, got the blade and cut himself free. That's why he kicked him in the door. And when he opened the door, he got kicked.
But he did let him go.
Yeah, he let him go after that.
And he went straight to the person that did. He went to their house.
And the only reason why he went there because he said, you had access to my phone.
He's only one person there.
Yeah. You the only person that had access to my phone, my passwords, and you the only one I told that my wife had an affair.
Yep.
And then he said he had all that together.
Who was it?
The old nice lady in the school.
Old white lady.
Old
white lady.
She had nothing to do because her husband was 2 days in the garage playing with a choo-choo train set.
He was neglecting her.
Yeah, and so she got her little wine, and she knows how the women. Was Nick on the dating? That's one thing that confused me. Was he already on the dating app already?
I don't know.
Because when she was in the school, when she hooked this phone up, a message came through.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been. Maybe it was a long time ago.
It could have been.
Heck, maybe he was doing it. I don't know. That could be another plot twist. Y'all in the comments let us know. So maybe he was doing some stuff, because he did have some pictures already. I don't know. But maybe it was like a Facebook or something where he had pictures of his wife and people just took them pictures. She took them pictures and photoshopped them.
Well, I know, like I said, when she plugged his phone up in the school, that dating app, somebody inboxed him and said, "Where you been? I've been thinking about you," or something like that. So
and that's how she got started.
That's how she got started.
Her husband wasn't paying no attention, so she decided to play a game, engage in these women. And then when her husband, found out, and he was like, because they was like, she had just got, I guess all turned on from just conversating with these women or whatever, and she went and made love to her husband. Sick. Went and made love to her husband, and she said "baby boo," which that's the stuff she used to say in there.
I said, look at that old school porn, baby.
So he was like, "Oh, let me go get you a drink of water, because that was the bomb."
And what happened was, after he was getting the water, the computer was going off. The messages was coming in. He went in there to see what was going on. He saw what was going on. Cause even to the point when she talked to the women, she had an app that she could change her voice from a female to a male, so the women on the other side thought they were talking to a man. So I was like, So if I'm on an app or on the computer thing, I'm talking to a female, it could be a man disguising his voice as a female. But she did it the opposite way.
Right.
So it was just sick, man.
And so he said, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Well, no, I was just doing something." He was like, "You're sick. Like, you sick. And like, are you in love with these women? Like, what?" She was like, "No, it's just a little game, and I'm gonna stop." That's when she got mad at the girl.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, "Well, I'm gonna do it. Go ahead and do it. I don't care."
She said, "Is this a threat?" And that's what the old lady said. You trying to threaten me?" She said, "You know what I'm talking about? You know how I do it? Do it then." And she's typed, "I don't care." And she slams the computer. And that's how basically the ball got started rolling when they kidnapped Nick, because she did it.
Well, I thought that it was the Nick
I thought
friend.
it was the coach Nick friend, because he had an incident with one of the students, because they was on a volleyball team. And I said, okay. Because when Nick's sister went in there to the friend computer,
she thought it was Nick.
Yeah, because he had all the pictures and stuff of Nick on his computer.
I was like, that's him.
Yeah, I said, okay, that's him. But what happened was, the old lady went to his computer and put Nick pictures on his computer like that to frame him. So she was trying to cover all her angles, man. But the way she got caught was...
Well, first of all, let's go. So when Nick said that the man let him go, he went to her house. He went straight to her house because he knew, and he started fussing with her and said, "You the one did this or whatever." Well, I guess he didn't know the husband's in the other room. So when he was getting, she was like, he was like, "We going to the police. You finna tell the truth. You finna, clear my name, da da da." "No, nigga, I'm da da da." By that time, the husband came and bust him upside the head, and that's how he unalive.
Yeah. So that's how that happened. It was just unfortunate circumstances that happened.
To cause the husband to get into it when he really didn't have
had nothing to do with it. It was her,
Yeah.
But even so, she calls a young lady
to take her life.
Yeah, and so she was gonna get in trouble anyway. I guess you can still get in trouble for that.
I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, man. But overall, I enjoyed this. I know we went all around the place. Okay.
But then too, at the end, the son, the youngest son,
that which didn't make no sense to me. Why
he left because he thought that it was the friend. So he thought that address. He got the address. He thought that was the friend, that Nick friend really and truly was the one that did it. So he going to the house with a bat, and it ended up being that older couple. And they was like, okay, well, we got to get him 200 since he's trying to get us.
The old man said, I ain't going to jail for your mess, man. Bunk this, man. So he kidnapped the young man, took him to the barn, and they found the police went out to the house.
But he ended up getting away.
Yeah, but the police went out to the house. The mom, the sister, and the police went to the old people's house and found out they had land somewhere else, a farm. So they went to the farm, and that's when the old man kind of did himself in. And
so yeah, he was taking the boy, and the old lady, she was like, I know where he and my husband listen to me or whatever, because he had the boy. So he ended up, letting him go, but the old man ended up getting shot by the police because he didn't put the weapon down. So yeah, it was a plot twist. It will have you sitting in front of the TV for a while, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I think throughout the whole series, I thought 4 or 5 people did it, and I was wrong. Yeah. I was wrong each time.
Yeah.
But I know this is not the best, synopsis or review of the series. And basically we just came on here to give you kind of what we thought about the show, the series, and if you like suspense, if you like playing who did it and guessing who done it, I really highly recommend this show for you.
Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't scary like I thought, but it was very suspense. When I went to the dentist, because I had a root canal, they was talking about it, asked what I did for the weekend or whatever, and so they, was saying it, and then basically, I was saying, I think the lady, his assistant was like, it's scary. I said, no, it's not scary. It's very suspense. It brings a lot of suspense. Right. So he was like, I don't do scary like me either, brother. But he wasn't no brother. But and so anyway, but yeah, it was good. It really truly it had me tuned in and locked in. Kind of like Manifest. I don't know if y'all watch Manifest, but Manifest had me locked in for a week.
I haven't watched that.
So but yeah, it was very good. I highly recommend it. But then it's also an awakening. What did you learn from it?
Well, like I said, I think when the people saying it's scary, it's not saying it's horror scary. It was saying it's scary because how people can just get your information and do you in, basically ruining your life, which is a scary thought, So me,
you don't give your passwords to nobody.
Yeah, well, not just that, man. You can delete accounts and they can still find what you did. You know what I'm saying? They can still sell your data, man. Because I ain't know they can sell your data, but I guess that I did know that, but. Not that easy, but yeah, but they can easily sell your data. They can easily sell your information. If you delete an account, deactivate an account, you still found a lot of stuff. Once you go on the web, once you go online, once you go on the internet, whatever you do is there permanent, basically, Yeah. And like I said, I know this wasn't meant to be a review or to break down every episode. It was just an overall how we felt about it. Just give you hit things here and there, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think if y'all want us to do like I said, I leave Netflix up to my husband to do stuff and bring stuff back to me because I'm not a Netflix type of person, but he is. He's a movie buff. He loves stuff like that, and so yeah, if we be late. And
the reason why I don't bring a lot of Netflix stuff to you because the stuff I like to watch, you're not gonna get into.
I don't like horror, no.
Yeah, I like horror. I like action. I like suspense. I like all that. But things some of the stuff I had a little gore in it, a little blood in it.
That's fine.
It's not gonna. Ooh, I'll be having a nightmare. Ooh.
As long as it ain't scary. But anyway, so y'all let us know what y'all think, what y'all thought about it. Did you watch it? Did you like it? Most people say that they liked it. Of course they had the plot twist because all behind it was this little old lady, honey, just bored.
Too much time on her hands.
Too much, and now she going to jail. live.
She should be playing bingo somewhere.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, hey, that's the age of social media where a lot of people don't have nothing to do. That's why you have people in the trolls in the comments section, honey, because they ain't got nothing to do with their life, and they'll sit up here and call you everything. So yeah, it was good. I'm ready for the next Netflix thing, maybe kind of to watch. So, yeah, y'all let us know what's next.
You know, when the movie started back, I would like to go see, like, I miss Shanghai, you know, the Marvel movie.
The movies are back, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I look at, yeah. So I want to do, you know, and let's keep it real. Our audience really don't probably get into the movies I get into. Okay.
Who knows?
You know,
Try it and see.
So, but anyway.
May bring on a newer audience. But I just can't go to the movies with a mask on because I like to eat popcorn. So, no.
Greedy.
I do. I love to eat popcorn. Hadn't had in a long time. But on that note, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Again, let us know what y'all thought about it. And hopefully, you know, we didn't spoil it. If you hadn't watched, we didn't spoil it. But some of y'all may not watch it anyway because it's like eight episodes.
You know, me, I'm a binge watcher. If I have enough time, I will binge watch each episode. Okay, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't. Some people are not made like that. So
yeah, binge watching. Ugh.
It takes time. You gotta be dedicated.
You gotta have no time, no life.
It's just like an old lady.
All right, you guys. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. As I always say at the end of every video, don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
And also put God first in your life.
Deuces.